It's an honor to be here with all of you. In fact, we're doing some camera footage. In fact, you know what? We're going to do something a little different here. This is not about me and my presentation. Let's put you over here, and let's get the audience behind us. And I just want people that are watching this to know that the people that behind me, they don't, when somebody tells them no, when somebody tells these guys no, they just say two words. They say, who's next? Hashtag, right? Who's next? When a doctor tells you that it can't be done, when a doctor says that you probably won't be married, you can't have kids, they just say, how do I get it done? They knock the doors, they don't stop, they don't listen to the naysayers, the haters, the enviers, the people that want what they have. They just do what it takes to get done. That's why I feel comfortable with this group right here. So we're on that camera. Look at that. Let's get that on camera. So there's your shout out. So let's have some fun with this today. I'm excited about this group. So this is it's fun to be home. I've been on the road for 12 days. Today's number 12 of a 12-day road trip. So that tells you where I'm going to be tonight. Right? If this is day number 12 of a 12-day road trip, where am I going to be tonight? I'm going to be at the ranch. I will be at home with Shondell and the kids. I'm looking forward to that. I spent about 270 days, 270, 273. There's a small little window there in a hotel room somewhere, but I love coming home. We don't miss college game days, and we don't miss the kids' college basketball games. Other than that, I'm on the road, unless Shondell marks it off for an anniversary or something, and then I'll consider coming home. We'll see how that works out. So I'm not really here to talk about my story, but I do want you to know that entrepreneurship has been in my blood since my first job, 8 years old, went to get a job at the golf course across from where mom and dad lived, where we were raised. But the golf course didn't want to hire an 8-year-old kid, something about labor laws and things like that. And so I found a new way to make money at the golf course. Golfers, they don't always hit the ball straight, and a lot of times it ended up in the ponds on the golf course. So I would just trespass at night and go to the ponds and dive for golf balls and then resell those balls back to the same golfers and charge them double what they paid for the golf ball in the first place. And that's how I started, and it's been in my blood ever since. Let's fast forward to age 21. So kind of a big leap there. I had lots of jobs in between, but never really worked for the other man. My dad was an entrepreneur, and I've always just thought, I want to work for myself. I'll knock on doors till I'm blue in the face. I did knock on doors for 2 years for service. I'm not here to talk about religion or spirituality. I'll just say this. If you're selling to make money, you're in the wrong business. Sales equals service. That's what it is. It's the bottom line. In other words, it's finding out what the needs, fears, and victories are of other people and satisfying that. I'll say it again, NFV. Needs, fears, and victories. If you can do that, watch what happens to your relationship with your kids. If you can help them celebrate a victory, like a good grade in school, or how about taking third place in a soccer tournament, or how about, hey, kids, in fact, I just got off the phone with my oldest. Hey, just want to thank you for hanging out at the ranch the last 12 days and doing all the chores for mom. That's a victory. Or helping them overcome a need or a fear. It goes along with what my dad said in the hospital. I don't want to talk about the accident right now. One thing I will say about the marathon that was mentioned. I did push my chair from Salt Lake City to Las Vegas, 513 miles. It took me 11 days to get there. It was the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. I would never recommend that to anybody. But it was a world record, and it has held true now. That was 2001. It's 2019. So how long has that record been in place? Guess a lot of people it's not that it can't be done. In fact, the person that breaks that record, I promise you I'm going to be there because I know what it takes. I know what it takes to get there. So the next person that breaks that record, I will be there to celebrate that with them. But it hasn't been done in 18 years. Not that it can't. Lots of people in this circumstance. It's just easier to sit. Easier to wait for the phone to ring. Easier to wait for someone to come to you. So let me just share with you what my dad said in the hospital so that he could still help me do what I want. My dream, not to speak in front of people. My dream, age 21, very, very simple. I like the outdoors. My passion is the outdoors. I've always wanted to have a big ranch, and I mean a big ranch. raise elk on about 650 acres and release them on 25,000 in the Rockies, and have people like you want to come out and hang out in a lodge that was in my mind and pay to hunt my ground. Always been my dream. Now here's the catch. At age 21, no Wells Fargo wanted to lend a 21-year-old kid $2.5 million to go build a Jurassic Park, I think is what they called it. So I had to start the dream myself. You understand? So I had to start knocking doors to be the money behind the 13,000 square foot lodge. So I started construction because I like the outdoors. Knocking doors to get people to buy me so I could put pipe in the ground, do dirt work. In fact, let me show you a picture. This is kind of a cool shot. This is a picture of right outside my office window today. You guys will eat this up. This is cool stuff. There it is. It'll come up. He'll get it right. There it is. Look at that. That's right outside my office window. Now, I live in Utah. Look at the water. No, look at the water back behind you. You guys see the water? Where I live, we got to do a couple things to get that water. We got to live worthy to have it. It's the truth. We got to ask for it, and then we got to dig deep for it. It just doesn't come free here in Utah. We live in desert country. And that grass, I love making fields green. Love that grass. It's not the same kind of grass that they've started to legalize in some states. That's alfalfa right there. That's not the weed that some of you guys do on your off time. This is good grass. And look at that bull. Look at that thing. He's got 8 points on the right, 8 points on the left. You're not going to find bulls like that. I've raised him since he was born. You'll find a 6x7 bull. You'll find a 7x7, 8x8 bull. People are going to pay a lot of money for that sucker right there. He's only 3 years old. He's 3. He's a baby. Guess what I gave him this year for being that big and only being 3? No, not a bullet. That was a stupid answer. Who said that? I didn't shoot him. No. Jeez. You guys got to think long term here. Long term. Lady elk. I gave him 25, which is legal in Utah. You can do that, right? You can. No, you can't. You can't do that in Utah. I try and clear that message up as I travel around the world. It's not legal. It's legal for elk. It's not legal for humans. I gave him 25 girlfriends because I want his sons and daughters in the herd. Now let's take it a step further, guys. Let's take it a step further. I broke my neck 50 feet behind where he's sitting. Same field. Did you guys just feel that? Just a second ago we were laughing, and now the whole room just transformed into, wait a second, that's not about a big bull elk and grass and water. That's where the kid was hurt. There's a connection right there. That's called sacred ground. What's the message for all of you as you are on your journey of earning money, building your dreams, finding your passions? Don't wait to lose something in your life in order for it to be sacred to you. Money is just something I was looking for before I broke my neck. After I broke my neck, I tried to find a way to serve people, and I made more money in the process. Did you hear the equation that I just shared with you? Before the accident, trying to find a way to get one of those cars or buy one of those Jeeps, or money. Shark Tank, left and right. Trying to find a way to be a shark. Since the accident, tried to find other people to serve, help satisfy those 3 things I gave you, NFV, needs, fears, and victories, and I've made more money with no arms, no hands. And if you think I'm moving my chair with arms up here, you're dead wrong. Shoulders is all I got, and about 30% bicep. They said I'd be confined to an electric wheelchair. Are you joking me? We just went to Walmart because Walmart can solve all your problems. And we bought tires that have knobs on them. I don't need grip. And after 2 years of pushing, my hands just know automatically where to go. I'm the only quadriplegic on record that travels the world alone. There's nobody that goes with me. Nobody. I'm not saying that. It's just they said that it couldn't be done. And you realize the electric wheelchair, I understand it's four-wheel drive, a little bit more power than some of those Chevys I saw parked outside. I understand the comfortability. Do you understand the opposite word? I understand the comfort of being in a power wheelchair. There's some problems with the power wheelchair. The airlines don't like them. They weigh 320 pounds. And when I go to another country, the same outlet doesn't work to charge the battery up. That could be true paralysis. In fact, there might be people sitting here today that have full function in their bodies that are more trapped than me. Did you catch that? People that call themselves entrepreneurs that are sitting here in the audience that can walk, they have full dexterity, they have full capacity, capability, and potential that are more paralyzed than I will ever be in my lifetime. And I'm not saying that to offend people. It's right there. It's right there. It's all in what you choose to believe. Because remember, what you believe will drive your actions, your work ethic, your love for people. Hence the results that they get, and you get to reap some of the reward. Did you catch that? I just gave you the equation. So you might want to be careful what you believe when you see the rigs and the cars, and there's nothing wrong with this stuff. It's all part of the game. It's part of the process. It's part of the reward. But if you do it for that, you'll never get there. It's a step-by-step process. I didn't reach Las Vegas because of one big grand event and I'm stronger than everybody else. I'm weaker than everybody else. I made it to Las Vegas because I counted the yellow stripes one by one in the middle of the road. I didn't count, it's a lot. And it took 18 months training for that process to put it in my mind. Not the mile markers, they were too far apart and I would get depressed in between because they'd take longer to get, do you understand? But the mile markers were a good trade-off for the yellow stripes because the yellow stripes came faster. Greater way to measure my progress. And when you see your progress, you're more inclined to reach the next step, the next level. Right. So I'll call it step number 2, the power of incrementalism. No, you can have lofty goals, break the suckers up in a step-by-step process. It took me 2 years to learn how to get dressed. And here's principle number 3. I had to change the kind of clothes I wear. If you think I like these shoes, if you think I like these pants, if you think I like this shirt, you're wrong. Now, I didn't say I'm not grateful. That's different. I'm grateful for clothes. In fact, you should all be grateful that I'm grateful for clothes. Otherwise, this could be a different meeting. Right? These pants, I don't like them. I call them pretty boy pants. Sorry, Sam. I don't like khaki pants. I like Wranglers. That's what people with my dream wear. They're real men jeans. That's what Brett Favre says. I don't like these shoes. These are pretty boy shoes. No offense, I'm just saying, I don't like them. I like cowboy boots. I don't like this shirt, but it's a size too big and I can slip it on after pre-buttoning it with my teeth. Takes me an hour and 40 minutes to get dressed in clothes like this, but I can do it by my... Don't you tell me that it can't be done. I will never, ever believe you, ever, ever. I'm the only quadriplegic on record that's known of that does that. So I want you to see the power in that. So let's see right where you're at. It's what my father said to me in the hospital. Son, you've been an entrepreneur your whole life. You just woke up from a coma. You've been asleep for 3.5 weeks. And I asked the doctors if I could be the first to talk to you. Can we just stop? Can I stop my message right there for a second? Can you soak that in for a second? Not me. It's not about me. The old man wouldn't let the white coats do their job. Some of you guys have families. You have siblings. You have nieces and nephews. What if they were laying incapacitated on a hospital bed, breathing through a trach, unable to move any part of their body? Can I just tell you, so much easier to let the doctors Think about the guts think about the mentor I've had my whole life. This guy would not allow the white coats who have all the knowledge to give me my prognosis. He wouldn't do it. My dad came in, he told me right where I was at. He gave me some good news, he gave me some tough news, and he gave me a call to action. Let's start off, and this is where I need your help. In fact, I'll give away some stuff. I've got a best-selling book, sold over 7 million copies. I got a bunch of them out here. I'll give stuff away for free. I'm cool with that, so here we go. First thing I hear. What was the good news my dad said? Who said alive? Who's the first? Come on, so first name, give me a name. Come see me, I'm gonna give you a copy of the best-selling book. I'll sign it, which you'll devalutize the book, but I'll sign it for you anyway. Or you can have your pick. I met a lady by the name of Oprah. She made a movie on our story. You can have one of those. I'm cool with that. So here's the deal. The good news was that I was alive and I was still able to make dreams come true. I wasn't sure if that was good news because I didn't like the feeling of being 95% numb. My dad gave me more good news. The doctors fixed all the broken bones that I crushed while out in that field. They used titanium and I think a welder, MIG. Here's why I say that. The doctors told my parents and my wife that my neck was stronger now than it ever was before and that I would never break it again. That's pretty good news, my dad said. He's an optimistic guy. Y'all need to know that. And then my dad gave me some bad news. What was the bad news? Help me out. Ooh, guys, you got to be careful. Wait. I just heard somebody said not walk. That's not. And somebody said paralyzed. We just talked about this. But so stay with me on this. So 90% numb, you're closer. Watch. Let me just help you. Watch close. So right here in the hoodie, tell me your name. My beanie hat. Devin, my name's Chad. Can I get you to hop up on the stage? Just take a step right here. I don't care. It's not my speakers. Come up on the stage. So Devin, we're going to face the camera. Devin, we're going to shake hands. I need your help, though. Don't be afraid. We're good. Don't be afraid. Do it the right way, just like we're making a deal. Now, tell your friends in the room how my hand is different than yours. Deb, tell them.
He can't grip my hand.
Okay, there's no grip, that's for sure. What else is different about my hand versus yours? Give me some adjectives, whatever you're thinking.
It's a lot of dead weight.
You don't have to be rude about this, sir, but you know, I've had a lot of things said over the years, but I haven't had that said. So dead weight, I'm cool with that. You're not wrong, Devin, it's okay. You're paying for your damn book. I want you to know that straight up, all right? So you're paying for your book. All right, so I got some dead weight, Devin. Let's do a little more detail. See how my fingers are curled? Right. Bend them all straight, brother. It doesn't hurt, man. Just bend. It doesn't hurt. Bend them all. Ouch. Just keep going. Bend them all straight. Bend them all straight, buddy. Bend the thumb out. Get the thumb out. Look at the middle of my hand. Right in the middle. They can't see that because we're not on IMEG. What's in the middle of my hand? Tell them. What is it?
Screws?
They look like, you know what? I haven't heard that. They look like screws, but they're my bones. One per finger. Look at that. All the bones stick out of my hand because I've lost all the muscle because they're numb. Do you mind if I see the middle of your hand? Can I see it? Look at. See, there's no bone showing. Right. It's covered by muscle. So for someone to say that I can't walk is a half-truth because I lost all 10 fingers and hands. It's not a sad thing. I want to make sure that we're clear that people with hands can do a lot in a chair. They have dexterity. They can cut up a steak, a piece of fish. They can shake someone's hand without having any challenges. They can button up a shirt. Does that make sense? Right. How about holding their spouse's hand when they're walking down a street or rolling, whatever that is? Right. Maybe drawing back my bow or driving one of those nice cars, although I can drive one of those suckers. No, just give me some hand controls. I'm not saying I'm not going to crash the sucker, but I can drive the sucker, right? So, and then one more thing I heard out in the audience, Devin. Remember, people said paralyzed, but we already talked about that. You don't have to be stuck in a chair to be paralyzed. People that refuse to change their thought process, their belief system, or give in to rejection will find themselves trapped in the patterns they've created for themselves. So the message is, I need people that believe in true entrepreneurship to be willing to change with a changing world. That's the message. Be willing to change the kind of clothes that they wear. I change the kind of food that I eat so that I don't have a problem on a plane. I don't want that. I change how much I eat, because if I expect people to help get me picked up at the airport, let me just give them a side note. When you pick Chad Hymas up at the airport, you pick Chad Hymas, you pick me up. It's a pickup. It's a 160-pound pickup. I don't get in the Suburban by myself. Somebody picks me up, but it's not somebody I've traveled with. Who picks me up? Here's the catch. Most of the time, I don't even have to ask. Do you see that? Where people wait for the phone to ring or someone to come to them for a service. I got better salesmen that aren't even entrepreneurs. Hey man, do you need some help? And I stick by their side, because those entrepreneurs are hard to find. Remember, find a place to serve equals sales. Satisfy a need. I do need help. That's how I get around the whole world, all 7 continents, 84 countries so far. And I used to think that a ranch of 600 acres was a big piece of ground. 25,000 acres, I thought that was a big piece of ground. That was stupid. How many countries have I been to? I just told you. 84. How many continents? All 7 that God made. That's a big ranch. It's massive. It's as big as we know it, other than being an astronaut. So what's the message for all of you? Please don't leave Sam's event thinking too small. In fact, I'd take it a step further. Please don't think outside the box. I think we need to throw the box out the window. Get rid of the box. All right, get rid of the box. Give Devin a round of applause. Thanks for helping me out, Devin. Thanks a lot. So, good news was, I'm still alive. Bad news was, I lost all 4 limbs, and then my dad gave me a call to action. This is where the belief system, this is where I was really tested right here. I want you to think about this. My dad said, son, I want you to go home when they let you out of here, once they let you go. And from what I understand, this is day number 2 of day number 3. Is that right? So tomorrow you guys are going to be released from the hospital. I was there for 63 days. When they let me out, my dad said, I'm going to ask you to be a better father to the 2 little boys. My boys were they were 3 and 1. They're just small. They're 20 and 18 now. God, I love my kids. No, I'll show you. These kids understand sales to the core. They understand knocking on doors. Here's a great picture of me and my boys before the accident. Look at this. Here, I'll make it big. Notice how my hand is around his chest to hold him up because he doesn't have any balance. He's only one. Notice that. My hand is wrapped around his rib cage. Notice how the other boy has his hand around my neck and my left arm is wrapped around his legs to squeeze him tight to me, close. That's 2 weeks before my accident, 2 weeks. And today, the roles have reversed. Who's the daddy now? Who's holding up the older guy now? Do you understand how this works? It's called being grateful. And that is very, very difficult for entrepreneurs to do. No, you see guys that have a lot of money that are full of arrogance and ego. People like to work with grateful people. They like to work with people that show humility and gratitude. People like to do business with people that aren't gloatful or gleeful. So as you experience your successes, yellow step by yellow step, show gratitude along the process. Today, the boys are 20 and 18. Getting ready to go play Division I basketball. I got a freshman and a senior that both start varsity together. It's awesome. One boy will go play down here at Utah County, and the other boy will go play SEC ball. The younger boy has more God-given talent than the older boy. We're just lacking height and puberty. We thought that he hit puberty over the spring break last year, but it was a false alarm. It was a cat hair on his chest. It wasn't the real thing. Here it is. Here's your next principle. I've given you 3 so far. Here's number 4. My dad said, I want you to teach him how to play ball. I want you to be their coach, he said. He said, I want you to go out and play soccer with them. I want you to be a better contributor to society, and I want you to be a better farmer. What do y'all think my response was to my father in the hospital? And please don't swear. Yes, sir. No, I didn't say yes, sir. It seemed impossible to me. All these fancy things that are out here in the lobby, and these people that are successful, and Sam's 29 years old, and he's reached this. I just seemed too out of my reach. How does someone play soccer when you can't kick? How does someone teach someone to play basketball when you can't jump off the left foot and do a layup with the right hand? How can you teach them to dunk? Well, I could never dunk anyway. I'm white. How can I teach them how to do this stuff? Dad, I can't be a good husband. Shondell and I can't have any more children. And I just want to stop that for a second. When the doctors gave me that problem, that was one of my first questions. Can Shondell and I have more children? We thought that we'd have more than the 2 boys, you know. The doctors told me the truth. They said, due to where I broke my neck, the body wouldn't function properly enough for Shondell and I to have children. I did not like that news at all. That's when my brother walked into the room and offered his help. It's amazing when family shows up. I think my brother was joking, although I'm still not sure to this day, so I moved away from that sucker. And I've got security around all 650 acres of our ranch. I guarantee I got security. We'll leave that one alone. And can I add one more piece to this? I hope you guys don't take this as a preachy comment. As I talk about intimacy, today it means a lot more to me than it did back then. It's amazing what you hold sacred when you lose something, right? Remember, don't wait to lose something before it becomes, and the reason why I bring that up is because in today's world, people give that up like it's a game for free. It is right, it's true. They look at crap on the internet, but they wouldn't if they were sitting here. So don't wait to lose something before you put your arm around her. It's called the Me Too movement, but we don't need to call it something. They deserve the utmost respect, the utmost respect. And that right there has saved my marriage after I broke my neck. My wife knows that I will never push the green button on a remote in some damn hotel room. She deserves more than that. Does that make sense to everybody in the room? And I'm just going to leave it at that. I know we got a little serious there for a second, and I like to have fun, but I'm just simply saying, not something to be toyed with. And that's just me speaking, and I get to say whatever I want, because right now it's my platform. It's the way it works. Let's take it a step further. Dad, I can't coach him. I can't be a good contributor to society. I can't hold down a job. I could probably be a good waiter, although I could only do, all I could do is just go in a circle. That ain't going to work too well, Dad. My dad said, stop that garbage right there. What's the problem with all those sentences? No, not I can't, although that's not a bad message. What's the problem? I just said the word I 5 times in a row to my father. Here's a principle you need to not for. This is the most important one of the day right here. People that are successful in sales and become the most successful entrepreneurs, they take the word I, me, and my out of as much of their vocabulary as possible, and it is true, they insert you, we, ours, and us. I'll say it again. The next time you send a text off, the next time you talk to a potential buyer, a client, the next time you talk to one of your nieces or nephews or your kids or a girlfriend or a spouse, make your conversations more about them than your successes throughout the day. 2 things will happen when you do that. 2 things. The first thing is your focus becomes on who? Other people, right? Always. And the next thing is even cooler, better. Guess what happens to your problems when you're focused on others? And you can see some of my problems. No, they don't go away. I'm still numb. It hasn't gone away. They don't become as significant in your mindset, sir. It becomes less prevalent in my mind. I don't have time to think about the fact that I'm numb. Today I'm thinking about the fact that in about 2 hours from now, I'm going to be hanging out with my boys on the ranch. I can't wait. And tonight, I'm taking her out to eat. My wife's favorite place to eat, it's called the Olive Garden. Let me just say this about that. Gentlemen, I'm talking to you. When you find a lady whose favorite place to eat is called the Olive Garden, you marry her. It's called low maintenance. Free salad, all the breadsticks you can eat, $11 a plate. Why would you turn that down? I can't wait to take Shondell out to the Olive Garden, but I know what it feels like. In fact, today, I've been invited to a VIP dinner. So we just might have to move the Olive Garden to tomorrow night because I fly out on Sunday. Tonight, I think I'm going to be with D2D over at the Marriott. So I think we're doing that tonight. So that'll be kind of cool for people to get to meet the better half, the best half, the gorgeous, gorgeous half. I'll show Shondell here in a minute. Remember to take I out of your vocabulary. Watch. In fact, can I just show you how it works? I don't think we can turn the house lights up, but my eyes are perfect. My body's numb, but I got really good eyes, and I got good ears. By raise of hand, just talking to the men, if you happen to be married and your other half is not with you here in Salt Lake, raise your hand. Keep them up if you have kids with her. Okay, if you don't, hands go down. So hands up if you have kids. Keep them up if she's at home right now. Lastly, keep them up if you're actually in love with her. Oh, I just lost a couple. So wait, married, kids, at home, and you love her. Hands stay up high now. Look around the room here. So I'm going right here with the beard. Tell me your name. My name's Chad, Andy. Come see me and bring me your cell phone. Let's go. Get up here. Let's go. Give me a round of applause. Come on. Right here, right, yeah, absolutely. Right here. Drop to a knee. Don't propose to me. Face the group. All right, here we go. All right, so you said you're married. You said you had, oh, beautiful. Look at her. Is that your only child? So they can't. Two girls. This one's fresh. Beautiful wife. How long have you been married?
We've been together for 10 years.
10 years, and did you say you had two little girls?
2 girls.
2 girls, 10 years. What's your wife's name?
Heidi.
Heidi. And where's Heidi at now?
She's in Arizona at her house.
Cool, I'm taking at your house.
Yes.
Right. Our house. Right. Let's pull Heidi up on your texting app.
Okay.
Watch. Let's keep scrolling. We'll find her. All right, here we go. We're going to send her. So, no, we had to scroll. We had to scroll to find her.
Yes.
That's true. I'm just telling you the truth. So that's an important part of that. So remember, I'll come back to that in a minute. So here we go. We're going to send her off a message.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm ready.
So what do you call her after 10 years? Sweetheart, babe, princess, love, honey? Do you not call her anything?
I do. I'm just a little embarrassed to say in front of the group.
It's all right. Let me just, stay with me. Stop. Stay there for a second. Let me educate them. You listen carefully.
Okay.
Part of being successful in sales and being an entrepreneur is getting awkward. Because if it were convenient, everybody'd be doing it. I guess if pushing a wheelchair and getting yourself dressed with no hands were easy, I wouldn't be the only one doing it in the world. It's time for you to get awkward.
All right.
What do you call her?
All right. Her name is Mama Bear.
Type it in. Love it. That's awesome. Mama Bear. In the middle of safety, or in the middle of sales training, what are we calling this? Sales motivation, what do you want to call it? Training. In the middle of training, type that sucker in. In the middle of sales training, entrepreneur training, call it in the middle of training.
Okay.
First session of morning.
All right.
Talking about, give me something. I haven't said love, inspiration. I'll take inspiration. Is that right? Somebody, I've heard, so talking about inspiration. So talking about inspiration, last sentence coming up right here. Thank you for being that for our family and 2 girls. Wait. Stay with me. Stay there. Triple exclamation point. And it looks like, now stay with me, buddy. I'm looking at your previous text. I'm not trying to be nosy, but I am going to be nosy. It looks like you don't send emojis.
Oh no, I love emojis.
Well,
I can show you.
let's. So I'm not seeing them, sir. I see a GIF, but I don't see too many. An emoji, sir, is.
There you go.
Yeah, but you have to scroll clear up to the top.
Okay.
Go back down. You need to do it more often. So let me just help you out a little bit. When you send a female an emoji, it's like hunting elk and having the female scent on your body. It brings them into season. It's unreal how it works. Go to the emojis. They love the double I heart right there. Double I heart right at the top. They love the 100. They love the heart tear duct one. They eat that one up. Get that one? Not the tear,
Oh.
the heart tear duct one.
Oh, I don't even know.
Right here, but let me help your marriage out a little bit. Right there. See that one, the heart one that comes across the tear one right there? It represents inspiration. Send it off to Heidi. Put your phone on my lap. Don't you turn that sucker off. You go sit in your seat. All right, go down, go sit down. All right. I'll get to this. This is going to be good. All right. What did my buddy not say in a 3-sentence sales pitch? He didn't say the word I, me, or mine not one time. Not once. And what did he not tell his wife at the end after 10 years? He didn't tell her he loved her. He doesn't have to. She's not expecting it. He's in the middle of a meeting, and he doesn't text her that often. How do we know? He had to scroll just to find her. Here's message number 5. Don't tell your clientele that you love them. Show them. People don't care how much you know about pesticides. They don't care how much you know about the product you're selling. They don't care how much. They can get that from anybody until they know how much you care about them. My kids do not care how much I know about not drinking while driving, texting while driving, until they know that I'm after their well-being and safety and their inspiration towards their basketball peers. Does that make sense? Doesn't mean anything to them. Remember that people always remember how you make them feel. So the way to be a greater entrepreneur is to ask yourself this question. A way to be a better husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, father. Here it is. Ask yourself this. Are they better off when I'm around or when I'm away? Do they need me in their life or does she not need me in her life? Do they want to call me up and ask me for training and consulting? Which is exactly why I'm stoked for the next presentation, because I love hanging around Sam. That guy drives me like nothing. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm going to sit back here and I'm going to soak it in and I'm going to tie it into my own passion. His passion might not be elk, mine is, and I can draw his training right into my passion. Doesn't matter what your passion is, when Sam gets up here and shares with you what he's done in 9 years, how can you not want to glean from something like that? So I'm sticking around because the kids don't get home till 2. I got time. And I'm just going to soak it in and I'm going to take it back and I'm going to apply that sucker. And Sam's up right after I'm done. Oh, we just got a response. This one's good. Hang with me for 1 second. I'll get to it. Remember, don't tell people that you love them, show them. So here's your catch. Let's go back to the text. Here we go. Mama Bear, in the middle of training, talking about inspiration, thinking of you and the 2 girls now. Thanks for being that for our family. triple exclamation point, double I heart emoji, and the heart tear duct emoji. Her response is, "This don't sound like you." Do you see how easy it is to lose clientele? Do you see this? She's not done that. She's not done. She's not done. She's still texting. She goes on to say this: "If it is, that is so sweet." Last sentence, "Can't wait for you to get home." She's in season. Buddy, I'm just saying, after 10 years of marriage, this crap don't happen very often. If I were you, I'd leave the meeting now, get on a plane and get to Arizona. Now I'd get your butt home. Because it doesn't last very long. Hey, if you guys missed my message today, it's okay. In fact, I'll go so far as to say this on behalf of Sam. And he'll vouch for this. If you miss Sam's message, he'll be okay with it. Don't forget hers. She just displayed, in a response that I did not make up, how you earn the ability to influence the lives of other people, and we call it entrepreneurship. That's an overly used word. We call it sales. That's an overly used term. Influencing the lives of other people, they will buy from you. So I guess the question is this: are you in or are you out? And that's what my dad wanted me to do in the hospital. And only I can make that choice, despite what the odds were and adversity. And you will face rejection. And I know a lot about that, a lot. Here's your catch. When the pain and adversity and rejection comes and the door gets slammed in your face right there, that door, are you going to hear the message of the pain and go to who's next? Or are you going to sit there and look at the door and think, you know what? Maybe I just better sit. And I'm going to tell you, 99.9% do this. But when you open that door and you let those tires cross the threshold and go across the door and go past that first stripe and then go down the ramp and then start pushing the asphalt one stripe at a time, you begin to change your belief system. And that simple principle has taken me from being confined in a hospital bed, unable to touch the button to call for help, to now traveling around the world by myself. I'll fly out again on Sunday for Baltimore, and then off to Tokyo and Dubai after that. I'm living a dream I never dreamt. And there's no reason why each person in this room can't do the same thing. I need you to remember Heidi's message. It'll change your life. Please give my buddy a round of applause, and you should probably come back and get your phone. Here, come to me up. Come here, get your phone. Nice job. You probably should respond back to her, and then just some advice. Stop by the pharmacy on your way home. All right, so we're good. So, in order for you guys to understand why I'm passionate about this, let me take you back just a couple years. I want to do something cool here before we get Sam up on the stage to hear his presentation. Let's go back. Here it is. This is the last day before the accident right here. It's the last picture we have. She is beautiful. There's Shondell. There's the two same boys right there. And my favorite part about that picture is my hands. They're not curled. They got good color tone. They got a couple rings on them. It's not pity. I'm not looking for that. It's just when you see my hands in that photograph right there, and you look at my hands today, it reminds me of how quickly life what? Changes, that's right. And for those of us who choose to leave the Salt Palace today and not change with a changing life, life will continue to change for you, and it will be more painful. So there's your next principle. It's called adapt. Remember the wheels? This chair didn't come with these wheels. We went to Walmart to get them. This chair came with slicks. But I don't do good against the slick surface. You can see what happens when I push against the rings, which are meant for people to grip, but I don't have any grip. So we just got tires with knobs on them, and that's called friction. And that allows me to be in a 4-pound titanium wheelchair, which the airlines love, versus a 320-pound electric wheelchair that's, I don't know. Is it easier to get around? I just call it, well, I got to be careful with my words because some people have no choice. But those that do, they're missing out on their potential. Fair enough? Because they might have the potential to do more with something that weighs a little bit less. I would lose my hands the day after that photograph. I'm going to share it with you briefly. She called me up and she asked me to hurry home because the little kid just took his first 2 steps. And she wanted me to hurry home to play basketball. It's our favorite. Remember, I've always wanted to be a farmer and coach. Our motto in our family is BFFF, basketball, farming, family first. It's our motto. Basketball, farming, family first. That's our family motto. I told Shondell I would stop by the farm to feed those elk. Remember, I wanted to buy that 25,000 acres, 2.5 mil, and build a massive lodge. I stopped by the field before going home to play ball. Oh, and I have a rim too. Normal rim in my garage so I can play with the boys 3 feet off the cement floor so I can teach them how to dunk early because they're white, right? Remember, it's all about belief. Don't be offended. I'm not being racist. I'm being honest. I need to teach them that I got them to believe. I need them to believe they can dunk. Shondell, I'm going to stop by the farm. Let's make a long story short. I went out into the field. I loaded up a bale of hay that weighs more than any truck. Weighs more than that Jeep parked right back there. It's just more compact. That's all. I lifted the bale up to go feed my dream, and I made a mistake. I saw the red light flashing on the dash, indicator that my hydraulics were low. It's like driving with a gas light on in your vehicle and not stopping for fuel. Some of us get warning lights, we get warning signs, and we choose to ignore them. Why? We've never gotten caught before. I'm guilty of that. I've made that tractor work with a red light, never gotten caught. So it became a belief that I could do it again. The message, just because you don't get caught doing something wrong, makes it right. I ignored the red light, and I'm only going to say this once. Because there wasn't enough oil in the hydraulics to help me with my dream, when I put my tractor in reverse, the momentum carried that Jeep over, and it landed on my body, punching my head through the steering wheel, and the shaft is what went through my mouth, breaking everything in its path. This has all been redone by doctors up here on the hill. New teeth, new jaw. But it did break all bones in my neck, and it severed 95% of the spinal cord. What's amazing about what I just shared with you? I know, I have to be honest with you. I don't understand. I talk to God about it every morning, for sure. I don't argue with God, but some things don't make sense to me, like the fact that innocent people lose their lives every day, and I got to live. And I want you all to know something, and I hope it's okay to share it with you. I don't have an answer for you, but I will say this. There must be a greater plan than what I understand, and that's what gets me up every single day. And I just want you all to know that. And I'm going to leave that. And it's just something that I choose to believe so that I can get up. Remember, I'm not here quoting the verse, I'm not here quoting scripture, I'm not here to talk about faith or religion. I choose to believe that because that belief that I choose to believe allows me to what? Allows me to reach my maximum potential. Because if I were to focus on why am I still alive and this innocent girl was killed or this innocent guy was shot or what, if I choose to focus on that, why am I still here? Where would I not be right now? So I have to believe in my mind there must be a greater purpose than what I understand, and I can live like that. I can do that. And that's how I choose to believe. And I hope that I can share that with you. That's very personal to me, but I'm willing to share that. I was found 48 minutes later. 48 minutes later I was found as the sun went down that night. Who found me? Shondell. I never showed up to play ball. She had the kids in the car with her. And we're going to stop right there. A few years later, as you all know, I would set a world record in my chair. And I got to meet some really cool people. Oprah was one of them. Made a movie on our story. And I'd like to show you a 1-minute teaser. We have those tapes out there at the booth. I want to show you a 1-minute clip. Is it okay if I share that with you all? Are you okay? So let's do that. Let's do that. Here it is. Watch this. Are we good to go back here? Thanks, guys. Thumbs up. Appreciate it. Here it is. Give me some volume. Do we have it? I'll let you guys work on volume. So there's the Rocky Mountains. There's the farm. I love the bale of hay. There's what Shondell and I were building. There's my bad choice. No, look, I ignored the red light. And then I found myself trapped. I'm going to try and help these guys out here while they're doing this. Bale of hay rolls over. And there I was, underneath a 1-ton bale of hay. I know that none of you are going to find yourself underneath a bale of hay. I realize that. But if you want to know what it feels like, use the words I, me, and my continually without using the words you, we, ours, and us. You could have prevented somebody from making a wrong choice, and you'll find out what paralysis is like real quick. You don't have to break your neck to be paralyzed. And look who that ripple effect affects. Look at that. There's Shondell and the kids. Bring me an extra mic. I got a new idea. Bring me another mic. There's the blood on the tire. She sees that. She races up to the tractor, and she tries to find the key. But she can't find it without the bale, so the tractor stays running. Just stay with me, buddy. Stay right here by my side. I'm going to do one more video and we're done. Just stay right here by me. Now here's the best part. Here's what Oprah loves the most. Just stay right by me. Stay there. I live out in the country, up in the mountains. We don't have full-time firefighters where I live. We just don't. We got cowboys, though. No, we got cowboys. They're called first responders. Look, 5 cowboys showed up and 3 Utah State troopers. That's 8 men. 5 cowboys and 3 cops. They got a massive problem. What's the problem? The bale weighs more than that truck. Look what they did. Look, this is what Oprah asked me on national television. Look, there's 2 cops on the left. I'm going to stop it right here. There's a cowboy in the middle. There's another cop on the right. 4 more cowboys on the other side. That's 8 men that did what? They lift that Jeep right back there. They lifted that sucker straight up off my body. That's what Oprah asked me in front of 10 million viewers. 10 million people, she asked me. With a red light, right, here's a camera right here. The red light was on me. Oprah's over here with her hand on my knee. I couldn't feel it, but I could see it. My wife was right here on this side. Her hand's on my knee. I couldn't feel it, but I could see it. and there was a bunch of people watching. And she said, how were 8 people able to lift 384 pounds each? And it sounded about like this. I didn't know what to say. So can I ask for your help? What would you say? Miracle, God, adrenaline. Let me ask you guys something. If somebody walked into the Salt Palace right now and said this, hey, sorry to interrupt your guys' D2D thing. There's been an accident out here on tracks. Train hit a car, tipped over, bunch of peoples are trapped. We need your help and we need your blood. What are 1,200 people doing in the Salt Palace right now? They're giving blood and they're breaking down glass and they're pulling out people from the Utah tracks. Oh, and I hope I can ask this question. What people are you pulling out first of the train? I'll be more specific. Are you pulling out the males, the females, the black ones, the white ones, the Hispanic ones, the Muslim ones, the Mormon ones, the Catholic ones, the atheists? You're pulling out, and don't think I'm being out of line. Because if you think I am, look at what our country's doing now. I'm not talking about administrations. I know nothing about Republicans and Democrats, so don't hear that. I'm just saying we've gone backwards from what Martin Luther taught us, not forwards. You guys will pull out the first people you'll see because you're dang good people. Here's the last thing I'll share with you. Being good people when you want to be an entrepreneur is not enough. How do you be great? You got to look for a place to serve without being asked. Translated, don't wait for the train to tip over in your life before you find someone to serve. I can't wait to take Shondell to the VIP dinner tonight. She doesn't even know she's going to be VIP. I can't wait to bring her into Salt Lake. In order for you to, we're going to play one more video, but I'm going to yank this speaker cord out because they got to hear this song. But before I do that, I just want to share with them one last picture, then we're going to turn the time over to Sam so he can rock the house. Do you remember what my dad said to me in the hospital? Son, I got some good news, and I got some tough news, and I got a call to action. The good news was, the bad news was, lost all 4, call to action, be a better, spit it out. Father, yep, what else? Entrepreneur, coach, husband. Here it is, look. Last photograph I'm showing you right here.
Audience running through the HDMI.
Okay, I got it, I'll fix it. No, let me just make sure it is. Stay with me, because I want to make sure they hear this. Look, here's our latest family photo, taken just after Thanksgiving. You guys got to check this out. I love this shot. Yes, the lodge is done. We got 13,000 square feet. My boys are building it. Or they're building the business. The lodge is built. We have another lodge that sleeps 6 couples, 6 bathrooms. There's Shondell and I. We just celebrated 26 years. For 17 and a half of those years, I've been in a wheelchair. What an angel she's been in my life. She's never left my side. Listen, I'll just say this. This is the truth. I probably won't make it to heaven. It's just me. I probably won't make it there. But when I see Peter at the gate, I can tell him that I'm married to one of God's angels, and that might get me through the door. I'm hoping that's the case. There's the 2 boys right there in front. Oh, got more children now too, and I didn't even need my brother's help for that crap. My wife said, let's go find someone to serve. Look close at that picture, look. Gracie comes to us from Mexico. I love my Hispanic family in the room. Love my Hispanic family. And look at Caleb, look. Do you see him? He's right here. In fact, I got a better picture. Caleb's been with us for a year. I just want to share this piece with Caleb. Look close at him, look. We just got him. He's 9 years old. We've been fighting to get him for 5 years. He just arrived. He's had 13 surgeries to fix his open mouth. It's called a cleft. They gave it to him for free up here on the hill. 13 surgeries, brand new smile. My boys play basketball. This guy, his heroes aren't LeBron, not Steph. His heroes? The 13, 14 men and women that fixed his mouth. So this kid, now you know why he wears a shirt and tie every day to school. What's his passion? Yeah. Dad, what do I have to do to go help my friend Smile too back in Ethiopia, Dad? Dad, how do I become a doctor, Dad? I said, well, I don't know. I never been one. But you should probably start by going to the 2nd grade. And Caleb, you're the only dark kid in your school. You have an opportunity to inspire others with diversity. It's a great thing. Caleb, one more thing. When I was a kid, there was a game you could play to teach you how to be a good doctor. Comes in a yellow box. You can't let the red light go off. That kid has become so good at operation, it's become a competition. If he touches the red light with the tweezers, he's got a weed for an extra hour on the ranch. If I touch the red light, I got to give him $1. So far in the 6 months we've been playing Operation, I've lost $3,482, that sucker. I've lost $3,500 to that 9-year-old kid. You know what? He doesn't even know what money is. But when he goes to med school, I'll be able to say this to him. Son, thanks for letting me have a part in your dream. Go help him. That's the last piece. It's called legacy. Legacy. When you and I leave this life, all the money and trucks and cars, we're going to leave with empty pockets. What's going to stay? The legacy that you left behind. That's called entrepreneurship to its core. Are we together on that? Let's wrap up with this last clip. My mom took some video footage. I'm going to make sure it's going through HDMI. My mom took some video footage of me in the hospital. And I have a good friend. It's going through HDMI.
The audio track.
The audio, my jack? Let's put the jack back in. Do you mind helping me out? So I'll go to speakers. I got it. I'll go to speakers. I've got a good friend who's a Grammy Award-winning songwriter and singer. His name is David Archuleta. He sings my favorite song, Outside of Country, and he put this footage to my mom's raw tape, and he gave it to me at the Grammys 2 years ago, and I want you guys to see it. It comes on the DVD. It's unreal. Listen to the words related to entrepreneurship, and let's use this to welcome Sam up on the stage before he gets introduced. Watch close, live. That's live.
There are times when you might feel endless and can't see the places
3 weeks later.
where you belong, but you will find that
She's trying to tell me that we can make this
there
work
is a
and that I can still have dreams, but I'm not believing her.
within you all along.
So they keep the kids away from me until I change my attitude. Remember, your attitude is only a reflection of those that are around you.
It's like
So
a
be careful of your
symphony.
countenance.
Just keep listening, and pretty soon
They're keeping the
you'll
kids away from me
start
until I maximize my
to figure
potential,
out
or at least I get on the right track.
Everyone plays a piece, and there are melodies.
Listen to the words.
in each one of us. Oh, it's glorious.
Some of you know the words. Sing it. Let's do it.
And you will know how
Good job.
to let it ring out.
Learning how to push.
As you
That took 3 months. There's my therapist. He's a little cocky. Went to the University of Utah.
Others around you will start to wake up
Look.
to the sounds that are
Entrepreneurship right here.
in their hearts.
Hey, Dad, Mom said your legs
So
don't work.
amazing
We don't care.
what we're all
We need you to be our dad.
creating.
We need you to
It's
teach us,
like a
Dad.
symphony.
Dad, teach us how to play basketball, Dad. Dad, I'm going to get you dressed. I never even asked. He just did it.
Figure out your part.
Dad, I'm going to get your shirt on. Give me your hand. Dad, stop saying the F word. That's what he said right there. Mom will take us away, Dad. Don't say the F word, Dad. Look. Look at his face. When I saw his face, I realized that sales weren't about me, and I've never thought about suicide since.
And as you feel the notes build you will see.
If I'm in a helicopter, it must be game day.
It's like
I will get in my helicopter so I don't miss a game. I will not miss my kids' games. I don't miss.
and pretty soon
I'll land that sucker right on the soccer field to get to the basketball court.
Everyone plays a
Still have the dream today. My boys have taken it over, and I've always wanted to fly. There it is. That's the great Salt Lake of Salt Lake City, Utah.
It's glorious.
Once was enough, too. I'm never doing that again. I got wet that day, and we're not talking about the lake. We'll leave that one alone. So let's end. Let's end. Are my dreams coming true now, yes or no? Yes. Not in spite of what I believe, but because of it. So I'm going to ask you one question, and I'm going to be done. What do you believe about being here today in this conference? You don't have to answer. What do you believe about being a contributor in a greater facet than what you have been in the past? And what do you believe about having a greater impact on other people's lives? I'm going to make you this promise. Whatever you're thinking right now in your head will dictate your actions when you walk out of here. And actions will always dictate the results that others get because of your thought process. You might want to be very careful of what you're thinking. It's because of what I'm thinking that I'm able to travel the world alone. There's no other reason to explain it. Thank you for giving me 60 minutes of your time. God bless you. Thanks. I'll let you get the